Testing 1, 2, 3. Cecil Hotel. June 8th, 2015. As we walk in through the lobby, very illustrious, very ambient, very classy feeling to it. Sometimes the receptionist can be, depending who you walk in, who you deal with, either they could be a snobby dickhead, a good lady who is ready to help you. We checked in. One of the receptionists I noticed was getting phone calls over and over again. She kept saying hello, hello, hello. Somebody kept calling her and but nobody was there on the line 3 or 4 times. She would, some people might think it's nothing, but you know what? If you actually just sit there and just focus on that, it'll be completely different and something else.
This is Christine Carroll at the Cecil Hotel, and I'm interviewing writer and filmmaker Elisa Meza. And I want to ask you some questions about the Cecil. Can you please tell us about the history of the Cecil Hotel, please?
Well, the Cecil Hotel has a history dating back to almost 100 years. Back in the 1920s, it was built as a luxurious loft for everybody in California to come to who had money to spend their money on the women, on the prostitutes, mainly would hang around Broadway, whom they would call broad. So they would shack up with them back in the Cecil Hotel during the roaring 20s. When the Great Depression hit, it was already a run-down place. It had lost its luster. It became a brothel house. It was also rumored that during the rum-running days that the mafia would take some of the people and torture them downstairs, the basement, kill them there and guard them somewhere throughout the city. During the Great Depression, people would come here to end their lives and commit suicide. Some people were murdered here. There was also a case of a woman who committed suicide by jumping off one of the buildings, and accidentally she killed one of the pedestrians who was walking by. That's some shitty ass luck, if you ask me. It was also rumored that this was the last place where the Black Dahlia, a very famous woman who would walk around these streets during the boomtown and glory of Los Angeles, that this was her stomping grounds, that this was the place where she would hang out at, and that this was the place where she was last seen or last stayed in before they found her cut in half somewhere in the middle of some desolate ground in the growing city of Los Angeles. During the 60s and 70s, porn stars were lured to stay, and late into the 80s became a place where it was littered with crack addicts, gangs, prostitution, drugs, murders, rapes happened here. Last but not least, it was rumored that there was a serial killer who murdered some of his victims here. It was said that even the famous Night Stalker stayed here too. And when he was caught, police came here for a search warrant only to find nothing but crack pipes and...
It's rumored that the song by the Eagles, Hotel California, is about this hotel. Would you say that's true?
They never denied it, but one of the oldest stories goes that one of the interviews that they gave in one of the magazines that was running around at the time, that they were doing a tour out here in California and they decided to stay in this place here. They said that when they arrived here, that it was just a very eerie and very lonesome feeling, a very lonely feeling, no matter even if they were together and with each other, that you just felt detached from everybody else that was out there. And there was only the feeling of the heavy depression in the place, and they just couldn't explain it. That they only wanted to drink, do nothing else, not even talk to each other, sometimes even argue with each other. And that's how the interview went, and they couldn't explain it, but they were just completely baffled by why one night, one stay in one place could ruin almost. It was only until later that they would find out that this hotel had a history, that it had a dark history. That's some of the rumors that follow with that there. And I'm sure that there's going to be a lot more once people stay here, or if they stay here long enough. Until recently, they found a woman. She was a Canadian tourist who just came here, and this place has always presented itself as a very lavish place to come to when you come and visit Los Angeles. Tourists, unknowing, came, got one of the rooms around this place. She had disappeared for about a period of 4 weeks, and nobody knew anything about her disappearance until some of the residents and people who were staying here at the hotel were complaining about some of the dark water and odd smell of the water, or weird taste of the water that was coming out brown like iced tea. When they had a fire department come in, they found out that the missing woman, the teenage tourist, Lynn, was found dead in one of the water tanks in the very roof of this hotel. A toxicology report says that she was not on drugs, that there was no foul play, and what she was doing up there was a mystery. Some of the last footage of her alive in this hotel is of her acting very strangely in one of the elevators in this place, arguing with something in an elevator that wouldn't function. But we tested it out, and everything's working great in this place. Everything is top notch. It seems that no matter what name they would try and put over this, it's not known as the Cecil Hotel anymore. It will stay off the main. The history is still there, and they try to sweep it under the carpet. But no matter what, and no matter how old it's gonna be, it's always gonna be the same place, just a different title.
Okay, what happened to the girl on the rooftop in the elevator? Apparently, was easily manipulated by demonic spirits. We were up there, we were in the elevator, we were in the hallways, we were up on the roof. What makes her receptive to these type of spirits and not us? Why did nothing happen to us?
It must have been a special night.
So
It must have been a certain hour.
the spirits are just active at a certain night and a certain hour?
Yeah. When you think about what is a witching hour, why do people...
Spirits are known to be active after 2 p.m., 2 to 4 p.m. Would you say that's why? Or is it reenacted?
12 is known as the witching hour. When witches would meet out in the covens in the woods in Eastern Europe, because they couldn't have their ceremonies or their gatherings in the villages, where villagers would take wind of who is part of the coven or whatever, because everybody else is asleep while they're awake, while they can get away with whatever the fuck they were doing in the woods.
So you were saying that's so...
3 a.m., the devil arrives, Satan arrives to the ceremony, and then everything else happens after that.
Why do you suppose Satan is so active at the Cecil Hotel?
Not Satan, it's just a malignant force that just happened here, have gathered here, and throughout time just became a source where people just attracted people and bad shit happened. It became an unproclaimed spiritual ground. It became a point. I think we should get to the local. So, how long is the store going to stay open? That long. And on that night, it just wouldn't close. For shit. Wouldn't close. Right? This is the only camera above the whole, wondering if this is where was she? What elevator? So it was here.
I did hear about
Somebody
that.
got killed here?
Yeah, and they found a body, and that was true.
Since we walked in here, since we walked in here, there's been that thudding. Where did the music go?
There it is. That's not the elevator.
You keep hoping to see something in the hallway. You can't see it, but you can feel it. I don't know if you could, but I could. Right there.
Who just rents a room without making noise or anything? Unless they're travelers with their kids, you would think that there's life, but this place is just fucking lifeless.
I see shadows in the corners of my fucking eyes. It's like,
Oh, I forgot my phone.
Here we have a cigarette in the fire. All right.
I'm seconds away from death, but I feel so good.
We're hanging on a piece of metal on the side of a building.
I know. We're on the fucking fire escape that's centuries old, that's made out of metal, that could very easily fall, but we're still on here, and we're smoking a cigarette. The 15th floor of the fucking Cecil hotel. And it feels good.
So we were just on a roof right now. Very hollow, very empty up there. We're up at the top of the roof. What's that? There it is. The tanks. Nobody's home. Nobody's resting. Looks like we only fucking people almost killed. With 1,500 rooms, you would think that it's pretty booming. Then you're on a rooftop and you take a stare down and every single window and every single light is off in the building. Nobody's staying. Nobody's alive in this place except us. We just decided to check it out. Right? Weren't we up there looking down? Nobody's here. You think either nobody's here, but where the fuck are they?
Not recording. Cut. And we'll pick something else up.
Sometimes shit happens when the cameras are not rolling.
Okay, so we're not gonna do it?
Maybe it's making us fight. Well, everything's dressed
I'm
up
not
in...
arguing with you, but supposedly according to your documentary we've been arguing for an hour.
It's only an argument if you say it's an argument.
I don't even want to talk about it. It doesn't need to be talked about.
Right.
If you want, exactly, if you want to make it an argument, it's going to be an argument.
Uh-huh.
If you don't want to, it's fine.
Uh-huh. And then she walks away and slams the door on me. The locks don't work. You can just kick the damn door and just say, hey, what's up, motherfucker? What y'all doing? Give me a drink.
You freaking out?
Just a little bit.
Why? That you can walk into somebody else's door very easily. That's when it just started creaking by itself.
Because the door was moving by itself?
Just when I was saying that, it fucking...
It did creak.
You heard it?
Yes, it did.
Huh?
Okay. Alright, back to audio.
What? The fucking bump? Right here?
Is the door slamming up?
I just heard it right now.
Alexander drinking Sims in a wine bottle. What's it taste like?
Worst beer I ever tasted in my life. It tastes like something that a tree would shit. Mixed with water.
Oh man, I don't give up water towers with a dead body in it. That's why.
Watching from across the building, and she knows we're watching her back. Right, motherfucker! Yeah! Fucking right!
That had to be kind of fun. I'm sorry.
Did I scare him away?